Hey, y'all. I'm back. All right. So I got it. The name of the group is the Bondurant Family Legacy Wealth Building Initiative. That's what we are doing here. I don't care. It's long, but I love it because it says everything that we're trying to accomplish here. It is the Bondurant Family Legacy Wealth Building Initiative, where we are all going to work together to get ahead and build some generational wealth for ourselves and for our babies. And there go that noise again in the background. I have no idea what that is. Okay, so whatever. All right, so here we go. So we talked about the house play. That is what we are all working on. We are not buying one house out here because one house only equals debt. So unless you already have a house, we're not buying one house. If you don't have a house yet or any properties in your name, we are buying multi-unit properties, multi-family properties. We are going to, the goal is 3 units or more, because even a double to me is not generating income. Like the goal for real is 4. We gonna max it out. If they're gonna let us get up to 4 on our first time home buyer program initiatives that they have around the country, then we gonna do 4, okay? And we gonna live in one, rent the other ones out. We gonna use that income, because the income from the other properties, now we just generated more income. All right, so this video is about income. So what is our challenges when we go to buy a house? We talked about credit. What are we going to do to build our credit? How are we going to get our credit in order so that we can be in the best possible light to be able to buy a house? Now, this one is going to be about income. We need to have enough income to show that we can afford the property. How are we going to do that? We are going to do that. Number one, every one of us needs to have a business. And there are more benefits to having a business than just this right here. But I'm going to go into the business part in another video. I'm going to sit here and knock these videos out until, so I'm going to be looking like this in a lot of the videos. 7:45. I got a Turo car going out at 9:30. So I could probably sit here for about another 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna have to go. So I'm gonna make as many videos as I can. I'm gonna upload them. And then whatever I don't get to, I'm gonna sit back down and I'm gonna work on them later, because I'm committed, and I need you all to be committed to the plan too, because this disparity that we have, we got to get out of that. And the only reason why we're in it is because we don't know. And I know. So I'm going to tell you, it's my responsibility. My brother told me a couple of weeks ago that I am my brother's keeper. Yeah, that boy's spoiled. But anyway, so yeah, so now we are talking about income. If one of the challenges that you have to buying a home is income, we are going to beat each other's income. So tax season is coming up, so we need to prepare. So we're all going to start businesses. So what we're going to do, if I am business A and Michelle is business B and Uncle Charles is business C, what I'm going to do as business A is I'm going to say that I paid Michelle X amount of dollars. Then what Michelle is going to do is be able to put that on her income. So let's say if I say I paid Michelle $20,000 this year, her income has now went up by $20,000 for the year, right? So if she, at her job, let's say she already making $40,000 a year. Well, now, because business A, paid her $20,000, she now has made $60,000 for the year, according to our paper trail that we're creating, because that's all what we're doing is we're just creating a paper trail. And this is what the white people do. This is how the rich people get. I ain't even gonna say white, because it's black rich people too. This is how the rich people get richer and the poor people get poorer. They support each other. Okay. So now Michelle now looks like she makes $60,000 a year. Can she afford more house? Is the bank going to be willing to give her more house? Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're going to be willing to give her more house. Okay. But now Shell has $20,000 more income a year on her. So is she going to pay taxes on that? No, she's not. Why? Because she's going to say that she hired business C, which is Uncle Charles's business, to help her run her business. And so now she's going to write off most of that money, and she's going to use all of the other things that businesses can write off in order to write her income down, back down to a level so that she doesn't have to pay taxes on that money that I paid her. So now she made 60 grand, but but we found, a bunch of stuff for her to write off legally as a business. You can write off a portion of your house. You can write off your gas. Every time you get in your car and you start it up and you put gas in that car, you fix that car, you pay a car note, we writing all of that stuff off because you're a business now. Okay? You go out to eat, we writing that off too. So we keeping all of our receipts and we writing off all of these things that we already do that is legal because we're a business now. And now her income is lower and she doesn't have to worry about paying higher taxes. Okay? So now she said that she paid Uncle Charles's business $20,000. So now Uncle Charles, his business income is $20,000 higher too. So now he qualifies for more house. What does he do to get his taxes down? He's going to write it off saying that he paid my business to help him run his business. So now he's written me a 1099. So now my income is higher, but his tax responsibility is less because he had to pay somebody to help him get this work done. And this is the circle that we're going to do amongst each other. We're going to beat each other's income and expenses. So we're going to be each other's income so that we qualify for business loans, house loans, and everything to the maximum amount that we can. And we're going to be each other's expenses so that we write off as much as we can and we have as less tax debt as possible. Now, Sheree, what happens? Now, are we going to write it all off? So in our first year, yeah, we're going to take a loss. We're going to write it all off. Because here's the thing, the bank is only going to look at your gross because the bank understands the strategy. Why? Because the rich people do it all the time. Only thing the bank wants to see is what's that high number. Michelle made $60,000 that year. We're going to write it all off down to $20,000 and she's going to pay 12% taxes on $20,000 and that's going to be that. They probably took that out of her paycheck. She might get a refund. But we don't want to show a lot. So this is going to be good to help us to get into houses and stuff. But like when we went to start to get into getting business, I really don't know what that sound is. When we get into wanting to build our businesses and get business credit and stuff like that, we don't want to show a loss on our businesses consecutively. But yeah, these first couple of years we're gonna take losses because we just starting out. We really don't know what we're doing, So, and your business is not a real business until you file taxes. So even if you have a business, you done went to the website or the Secretary of State, or maybe you went down to 4th and Broad Street and filed the paperwork in person, depending on how old you are. You went down to the Secretary of State building and filed your actual paperwork. And you have that good little business license certification from the state of Ohio saying that your charter number is XYZZRF2C. That's cute. But you're not a real business until you file taxes, okay? Just saying. So that is what we're going to do for each other. That is the house play. That is the income play. We are all going to now qualify for more house. So for our little ones that just got out of school and they're working at Pizza Hut and Donato's and Kroger's and, wherever else that they're working right now, we're going to say that we hired them and we paid them. And now their income is higher so that they can qualify as well. So we got them on the credit side. We got ourselves on the credit side. We got our incomes together because everybody is getting income from everybody else and we're all writing it off to everybody else. Okay. And then the other thing is that because we're buying more than one unit, the bank will let us count the income of the other units. Only up to 75% though. But let me tell you what 75% is. So let's say we look at a 4-unit property, and each unit, the rent value is $1,000 a month. The bank will let us claim $3,000 a month towards our income, even though we haven't legitimately made that money yet because we haven't even bought the place yet. But they're going to say, okay, this has a potential to make $4,000 a month. We'll let you claim 75% of that, which is $3,000 a month on your income. So if you were already making $4,000 a month, this property is going to generate another $4,000 a month. Well, they'll let you count $3,000 of that. So now it looks like you make $6,000 a month. What house can't you afford with $6,000 a month? I mean, maybe a couple $1 million, but there's ways that we can get into that too. Like if you want to go up there, how far up the ladder you want to go, we can go. But let's start with some preliminary stuff because we can do this house play again a little later, but let's get the basics down first. Like nobody need to jump out there and get no $1 million properties just yet. I mean, unless we just find a great deal and it's just super bomb. Like, I mean, and then here's another little thing. If that's the case, like we can all put our businesses together and buy it. But you know, that's down the line. Once we build some relationship and some rapport and y'all see that this is actually for real. Because some of y'all be skeptics. But anyway, so that is how we are going to get over the income hump of how do we show that we have enough income to afford these houses. So I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in it and stop here and move on to the next topic. So I will see you all in the next video. All right.